Hi, I'm Jon Meacham. Want to take just a minute to say it feels like a calamity. It feels chaotic out there, and it is a calamity and it is chaotic, but we're going to get through it. The American story is the story of challenges met and overcome. It's not guaranteed that we'll do that. That's what history is. History's not a fairy tale. There was never a once upon a time, and tragically, there'll never be a happily ever after. But our national story is, in fact, the story of Americans being devoted to an idea. And the idea was first articulated by Thomas Jefferson, who wrote that all men are created equal and are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. And that sentence has changed more lives around the world than any other. It continues to do so. And we have always been strongest. We've always been at our noblest when we have more generously applied the implications of that sentence. St. Augustine once said, best definition of a nation I've ever encountered. He once wrote that a nation is a multitude of rational beings united by the common objects of their love. I'm going to say it again. A multitude of rational beings united by the common objects of their love. There are two elements in there. One is we need to be rational. Listen to the scientists, follow the dictates of reason. America is the fullest manifestation of the Enlightenment, of the idea that facts and data should drive our decisions. So let's be devoted to facts, not ideology. The second is love, the common objects of our love. We have to ask ourselves at every point, what do we love in common? And oftentimes we don't love enough in common. If we can rededicate ourselves to our common devotion to equality of opportunity, what Lincoln called a fair chance and an open field for our industry, intelligence, and enterprise, we can devote ourselves to to a fair chance and an open field, we're going to be okay. And we have to devote ourselves, as we have in the past, from the Revolution through the age of Jackson, the Civil War, the First World War, the Second World War, the long twilight struggle of the Cold War, which President Kennedy talked about. We have to find a way to love the notion together that we are stronger the more widely we open our arms and the more broadly we open our hearts. That's not a partisan point. As you can see, I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. This is a wall about America. It's not about red or blue. It's about who we are together. And if we can remind ourselves that together we've created a country that people want to live in, that is resilient, and which, with the devotion to reason and with the devotion to love, will come through this. Thanks.